Now that you have the absolute fundamentals of skateboarding under your belt, let's go ahead and dive into week 2 of learning how to skateboard. So in this video, we're going to be going over the top 10 things that you should learn in your second week of skateboarding if your goal is to eventually become a well-rounded skater and establish a solid foundation in all areas of skateboarding, including street skating and transition skating. That said, before you start working on these tricks, I would recommend that at a minimum, you've already learned how to balance on your board, push off to get speed, steer your board, come to a stop, and finally be able to ride back and forth on a small half pipe. So if you haven't already gone through my video covering week 1, you can click the link in the description section to head over there first, but once you're feeling good about those tricks, go ahead and put on a helmet and some pads and let's get started with our first maneuver. And if you haven't done this already, I can't stress it enough, you need to practice falling down because that's going to happen when you're trying these tricks, and learning how to fall down properly is going to be the only way that you're going to be able to fully protect yourself from getting seriously injured. Alright, so first up on the list, we're going to try to gain a mastery of being able to go up and down ramps. Now I know last week we already talked about just being able to go down a really shallow flat ramp, but this week we're going to increase the difficulty a little bit. We're going to practice going up ramps as well, and then we're going to also practice being able to go over curvy ramps and ramps with a little bit of a steeper incline. So just like with shallower flat ramps, whenever you're going down a steeper ramp, the first and most important thing that you want to make sure you know how to do is how to bail out of the maneuver safely whenever you start to feel like you're losing your balance. Remember, the way to bail is that you always want to try to take your back foot off first and then make your way down to the bottom of the ramp on foot, trying your best not to step back on your skateboard. Once you have the hang of that, you can slowly start working your way up to going down steeper and steeper ramps, keeping in mind to have your knees bent and your weight a little farther forward than when you're riding on flat ground. One way you can think of it is that you want to always try to keep your body positioned so that it's perpendicular to the surface that you're riding on. Going up ramps is going to be pretty similar to what we were talking about earlier when we were talking about going down ramps. The only difference is that you're going to have to make sure you have enough speed at the beginning so that way your momentum is going to be able to carry you up to the top of the ramp. Otherwise, you're going to get halfway up the ramp and then you're going to kind of stall out, and you're either going to have to know how to ride down the ramp backwards or you're going to have to bail out of the maneuver. Now, if you start to go up a ramp and you find out that you really don't have enough momentum to get up to the top, this is how you can bail out of it safely. Now for trick number 2, this is a really important one that so many people miss when they're learning how to skateboard, and it's just learning how to drop in on a flat ramp. So why am I saying this is so important? Well, eventually, not this week, but in a future week, we're going to learn how to drop in on a quarter pipe, and this is a crucial stepping stone trick to being able to learn that. So in order to get started, now this is going to be so easy. Your friends are going to be mad that someone didn't show them this when they first started learning how to skateboard, but you just take your board, put it on flat ground, and then step on the tail with your back foot, and then we're just going to practice dropping in on flat ground. So you're going to take your front foot, stomp the front wheels down, and then roll forward a little bit. So once you've practiced that a bunch of times and you're feeling really confident that you're able to stomp the front wheels down super hard and you don't feel like you're leaning back or hesitating too much, you can start to take this to a shallow flat ramp and just practice dropping in, like starting from the middle of the ramp. And then once you get comfortable with that, you can start dropping in from the top of the ramp. While you're doing this, make sure you're committing to the same motion as before, so lean your body forward and bend your knees. And when you put your front foot on the board, try to emphasize really stomping the front wheels down hard onto the ramp. Remember, if you're leaning too far forward, it's always going to be easy to take your back foot off and just run the rest of the way down the ramp. But if you're not committing enough and you're leaning too far back, hesitating, that's when things start to get a little bit hairy. So always try to err on the side of leaning too far forward rather than leaning too far back. If you need something to help make sure that you're leaning forward enough whenever you're dropping in, one little trick that you can use is whenever you go to put your front foot on, rather than just taking your front foot and putting it on like this, see how my body is still on top of the ramp and I'm not really committed to going down? Just take your front hand, and whenever you put your front foot on, grab the nose of the board, and it's going to force you to be in a position to just stomp the front wheels down and already be heading in that direction. So that'll look something like this. Okay, so now it's time to move on to trick number 3, which is going to be riding off of ledges. So if you've been following along from last week, you've already been practicing an easier version of this maneuver, which is riding off of a curb. But this week we're going to increase the difficulty a little bit and ride off of something higher, which is going to be a lot less forgiving, so it's going to force you to nail your technique down solid. So just like before, you want to make sure you've practiced your manuals on flat ground a little bit beforehand, and then when you're ready to start trying to ride off of a ledge, find one that has enough of a run up for you to get up to speed. Start with your board up on top of the ledge, push off, and then just like with the curb, you're going to pick up your front wheels before they go over the edge and try to hold them in the air until your back wheels clear the end of the ledge, and then drop down onto the landing with all 4 wheels at once. Now, since we're going to be practicing dropping from higher up this time, you're going to have to keep a couple things in mind. First, a ledge is going to be a little less forgiving than a curb as far as keeping your front wheels in the air long enough, so make sure you have enough speed to get that part over with as quickly as possible. Second, whenever you come down on your skateboard from that high up, you're gonna have to learn how to handle that impact. Being able to handle impact on your skateboard is gonna play a giant role in your ability to do all kinds of tricks later on, so make sure you set aside the time now to figure it out. The key points to remember are gonna be, number one, make sure that you're bending your knees whenever you land to help absorb some of the impact, and then number two, whenever you're coming down, try to position your feet so that you have them over top of each set of wheels like this, rather than leaving your back foot over the tail, for instance. And the reason you want to do that is because that's the two strongest points on the skateboard to land, and if you were to land with your back foot over the tail or your front foot in the middle of the skateboard, for instance, the wood is going to be pretty weak right there, and it might cause the skateboard to snap. Technique number 4 is going to be practicing a new way of riding on your skateboard called Fakie Stance. So Fakie Stance isn't all that hard. It's almost the same thing as your normal stance. So I'm left foot forward. So if I was to put my feet on the board like this and ride the way I normally ride, that'd be my normal stance. And all you have to do is ride in the opposite direction. You keep your feet exactly the same, ride in the opposite direction, that'd be your Fakie Stance. So the 3 things I want you to practice for this one are going to be pushing, riding, and steering in Fakie Stance. So just like we went over in last week's video, whenever you want to get good at pushing, the first thing you want to do is practice balancing on the board with your leading foot. So normally I ride with my left foot in front, but since we're riding the opposite way, now I'm going to practice balancing with my right foot in front. So this is going to train you to be able to push with both feet. So anyways, I'm going to put my front foot on the board and just practice, maybe on carpet at first, but eventually on concrete, just being able to balance on this one foot until I can stay like this for, I would say, at least a minute. And you're feeling good about balancing, then you can practice the push. So what you want to do, keep your pushing foot close to the board, push off. I'm going to go ahead and stay here just so you can see me. You're going to push off, put that back foot on the board, not on the tail, but just in between the wheels, and then reposition that leading foot onto the tail of the skateboard. Steering is basically going to be the same thing. Whenever you want to turn, you just lean the board in that direction, and the trucks of the board are going to pivot and cause your board to curve around in that direction. So once you get the hang of that, it's time to move on to trick number 5, which is going to be fakie pivots on flat ground. So these are going to be sort of similar to the tic-tacs that we did last week, but instead of just doing a small amount of a rotation, we're going to be doing a 180-degree rotation like this. So it's going to be a little easier when you're already rolling in that direction, so don't freak out too much if that looks hard. So we're just going to push off in fakie stance, go ahead and get our feet situated, rotate your shoulders, and then pick up those trailing set of wheels so that way the board will rotate around and you can ride away in your forward stance. Trick number 6 is going to be a little more advanced version of the caveman that we learned from last week. So last week we did the nose grab caveman where we took our front hand, grabbed the nose of the board, and jumped on it like that. This week we're going to grab the board with our back hand from the side like this, and we're going to do a caveman. So it's going to look something like this. So in order to learn this one, you can use pretty much the same technique as before. You're going to take 3 steps starting with your back foot, and then on the 3rd step, you're going to try to jump off of your back foot and simultaneously place the board underneath where your feet are going to land. Now, Indy grab cavemans are a little harder than nose grab cavemans, so you're going to have to jump a little bit higher and you're going to have to crouch down a little bit more in order to get the board under there, but just make sure you take your time when you're practicing it. Don't get too frustrated, and if you don't feel fully confident trying this out on concrete at first, you can always start out practicing on short grass or some turf. Now for number 7, we're going to use that same skill set that we just learned to start practicing a trick called the boneless. Now for a full boneless, whenever you position your feet on the board, you're going to have your back foot on the tail, and then you're going to reach down and grab the board, and when you take your front foot off, it's going to cause the board to kind of kick up like that, and you're going to use that momentum to pop the board into the air. We're not going to be doing any of that today. We're just going to kind of do a practice step for the boneless. So that's going to look something more like this. We're going to have our feet started out over top of both sets of wheels, and then when we reach down and grab the board and we take our front foot off, the board's not going to kick up like that. So we're going to reach down and grab the board, take our front foot off, and then we're going to kind of fake it for now. We're just going to jump in the air, and you want to have your foot on the board like this when you're in the air, jump off of your front foot this time, and then land back on the board like that. So that's going to be kind of a beginner's version of a boneless, and then later we'll do the full version. Now, just like before, until you feel confident doing it moving on concrete, you can start out by practicing it stationary on something soft like carpet or grass. For number 8, now this one's going to be really fun, so I need to get you into the habit of doing something called a knee slide. So whenever you're skating transition, one of the easiest ways to bail out of any maneuver is just to drop down to your knees and slide down to the bottom of the ramp on your knee pads. So in order to do it though, you need to make sure you've practiced it a bunch of times beforehand, because you need to develop that muscle memory to make that decision in the split second that you have when you're bailing to drop down to your knees. So in order to do it, go ahead and put on your knee pads and then a helmet as well, and just practice running up to the top of the ramp. You don't even need a skateboard for this, just run up to the top of the ramp and slide down on your knees. Trick number 9 is going to be frontside kick turns on a quarter pipe. Now, if you already learned this trick last week whenever we were going over backside kick turns, you're already way ahead of the curve, but for the rest of us, we're going to take some time right now and make sure that we learn how to do kick turns in both directions. So in my opinion, the frontside kick turn is going to be the harder of the two. You have to kind of turn blindside, and whenever you're turning, you can't see the bottom of the ramp, but it's just a matter of practice. So most of the principles are going to be the same. Whenever you get to the top of the ramp, you're going to rotate your shoulders as much as you can in the direction you want to turn, and then pick up your front wheels and pivot them around 180 degrees so that way your board's facing back down towards the bottom of the ramp. If you're having trouble getting the hang of this one, some things that you can do to work your way up to it would be to start with frontside tic-tacs just on flat ground, and then trying to do the same thing on a quarter pipe. And remember, this might be a good maneuver to practice your knee slides if you start to fall. For this week's 10th and final trick, we're going to learn how to carve around the inside of a bowl. Now this trick in particular gets way harder if you don't have your trucks loose enough, so if you need to test your board out, take it, put it on flat ground, and just stand on it with both feet, and then lean on your toes and on your heels, and make sure the board is leaning forward and backward whenever you do that. If it's not leaning enough, you can take a wrench and just loosen up these bolts, maybe a half a turn to a full turn at a time until it feels like it's a little looser, and that way you should be good to go to ride the bowl. Once you got your board all set up, go ahead and head down to the bottom of the ramp and then just set your board on the ground and practice pushing off like you have been, and try to go around the corner, making sure to practice going around backside and front side as well. While you're doing this, make sure to keep your knees bent and lean into the turn so that your body stays perpendicular to the curve of the ramp, and then just try to lean on your board enough to steer the board around and down out of the turn. If you want to go more in depth on how to ride in a bowl, I made a whole video on that topic, so again, I'll leave a link for you to that video in the description section. Alright guys, I hope your practice is going well so far. Don't take this list as gospel or anything like that. It's more of just a list of tricks that'll give you some ideas for some things that you can work on if you want to build a foundation to learn more tricks in the future. So just have fun with them, don't get too hung up on any particular trick, and do your best. Alright guys, I'm looking forward to seeing y'all in the next video, and remember, never stop improving.